right? But all of a sudden, we want to change things. This is why you got to be real careful about history. This is why you have to study history. This is why if you want to look up a word in the dictionary, you should probably go back to before all this woke ideology or ideology started taking effect. Because words meant something different 50, 60, 100, 200, 300 years ago even. Words meant something absolutely different than how they're being perverted right now. For instance, from my understanding, the word racist is a relatively new creation. Xenophobe is a new creation. Islamophobe is a new creation. Anti-Semite is 100% a new creation, because a Semite is somebody that came from a region that spoke 3 different ancient languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Arabic. So I don't know how you can be against a trilingual region. I mean, that doesn't sound like it makes any sense to me. But somehow these things get hijacked, right? They get hijacked, and then they get used as a cudgel to beat you over the head with to try to silence you. Fuck. This is some cultural enrichment. This is just wilding and outing. Just a little argy-bargy. Just, baby stroller being chucked on top of stuff. Kicking the door, smashing windows, because, Because, I mean, why create when you can destroy, right? Why create when you can destroy? I don't know, man. Why am I not showing a bunch of white people doing this? That'd be the question, right? Is it because I'm a racist piece of shit? Or is it because there's not a whole lot of footage? Like, I mean, maybe you got to wait for like a Super Bowl victory or some college to get some drunk white people to tip over a couple of cars. I'm just saying. You hear that chick in the back. Oh, now he wildin'. Oh, no, he wildin'. Yeah, but I'm the problem, guys. I'm the problem. The guy who pays his taxes, obeys the law, raised his children, stuck around. I'm the problem. So let's see what this caption is. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, Moroccan cultural enricher robs a tourist in Barcelona. In Europe, we need mass expulsions, not in words, but in deeds. So imagine you're just walking on the street and 2 Moroccan dudes, just look at them. You're a human fucking pinata to these people. Look at it. They're just rifling through this dude's pockets. Just rifling through his pockets. That last one was in New York, yeah. Yeah, but see what happens? What happens, rats to the moon? Guess what? If you defend your property, you defend your life. Even if you defend your life, guess what happens to you? You're going to go to jail, or you're going to go to jail and you're going to be fighting for your freedom. Look at this. Look at this guy. This is like 2 wolves taking down. Look at it. That looks like 2 wolves taking down a gazelle or taking down a deer. Let me show you exactly what I think that looks like. Tell me it doesn't look just like this. Tell me that doesn't look just like that. 2 wolves. Look at this. Who knows if they got knives? Look at this. This guy. Look at what they're doing. This guy's getting ready to choke him out. He's choking him the fuck out. That could end that guy's life. Why the fuck are we letting these fucking people in our fucking country? Why? I'm so angry. My fucking 110-pound German Shepherd just got scared. Because he understands what fucking rage looks like. He understands what a fucking apex fucking predator sounds like when he's about to go fucking nuts. Why the fuck are these people in my country? Why are they in your country? Why the fuck is our government betraying us? This is what your government wants for you. This is 100% what your government wants for you. Good morning, Brandon. Look at this. Look at this. This dude's getting his pockets rifled through. No one's stopping. No one's helping. Your government's not coming to protect you. They're not coming to save you. And they won't let you save yourself. Look at this. Just look at this. Tell me how this is any different than this. I say when the wolves are at the door, where are the fucking men? What happened to the men in the West? Stop being fucking pussies. Grow a fucking testicle. Grow some fucking intestinal fortitude. Get some testicular fucking fortitude. Grow a fucking spine. Stiffen that spine and fucking fight for your country before it's too fucking late. You're only going to get weaker. We're only going to get weaker. You're never going to be stronger than this moment right now to resist this bullshit. Just stop. It's 100% what's going on right now. Yeah, well, unlike in our society, these people are not a healthy part of any ecosystem. These people are a fucking plague, but you're not allowed to say that because their skin is a certain color and yours isn't. Fuck that shit, dude. This is insane. This is fucking insane. This is insane. People just walking by. People just walking by. This guy's slowly being robbed and taken down. Just slowly being robbed. I mean, he might be drunk off his ass. I don't know. But you're not allowed to point this out, guys, because if you point it out, then you're a bad person. You're a bad person. You got bad thoughts in your mind and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. Get fucked, dude. I'm not allowed to point out the reality of what's going on in the world. Since when? Since when? What is this one? Oh, I showed this yesterday. Let me get rid of that one. I'll just let it play a couple more times. Let it sink in that this is what your government is importing to your country day in and day out. What's up, show me audits? Yeah, no one's coming to save you, white guy. Look at, they're just gonna look at. He's rifling through his pocket on the right hand side. This guy's trying to protect something, like probably a necklace. It looks like, or he's getting choked. Just they're coming for you, dude. 100% coming for you. 100%. I mean, these are the cultures that we're supposed to be celebrating. This is the kind of behavior that we're supposed to be celebrating. Precisely why. Let me show you what's wrong with our country in general. Let's show you what's wrong with it's culture. It's not color, guys. It's culture, not color.
Stupid bitch, huh? You motherfucker think I was stupid. You don't fucking
she's throwing knees at her son. She's straight up throwing the most deadly lower body weapon at her son right there. That's TBI. That could be brain damage. She could straight up kill that dude, that young kid. That could be bleeding on the brain right there. She's straight up UFCing this kid.
Did you think I was fucking crazy? Huh? Did you?
I didn't play you, bro.
Did you not know that? Did you not motherfucking know that? Huh? Answer my motherfucking question. Get your hand down. Did you not think I was gonna find out? Huh? Huh? You sorry. That's why you come the fuck from out this bathroom. That's why you gotta fucking say that you sorry. Huh? Listen. That's why you gotta fucking say that you're sorry.
Now I'm kind of mixed with this, right? I'm kind of mixed with this because I think this is exactly what needs to happen. Adults need to take control of their freaking kids because these kids are out of control. I probably have been there a time or two with my kids when they want to, my son, he wants to smart off of the mouth one time too many, and you're about to say you have no idea how your survival hinges on my ability to harness the monster that's in me right now. Yeah, that's her kid. That's her son. I guess her son got caught sleeping with her best friend.
No.
See, her son got caught sleeping with the mom's best friend. Now, if the mom If the mom had a husband and that boy's father was still in the picture, that would never have happened. Furthermore, if the father was in the picture and he banged that his mom's friend, his father probably would have been high-fiving him, giving him his first beer.
That's all you gotta say, that you sorry?
Man.
Huh? Did you not know that? Did you not motherfucking know?
This is like BLM. A lot of people don't realize it. Black Lives Matter it's 3 feminist women that absolutely hate men. 100% they hate men. These are the people that led BLM, bought themselves a bunch of mansions with all the donations of people that had good. This is why you should always be careful with who you give your money to. Understand that people that'll say one thing and they do a whole nother thing, man. People lie to you, manipulate you constantly. So if you find someone that's willing to tell you the truth, willing to have an honest conversation with you, I think that's me, then maybe you should support that. Unless you want to be lied to, by all means, continue to be deceived. But the Bible says, be thou not deceived. I disagree. I think this is absolutely too far, 100% too far. I'm saying we need more boundaries. We need parents to actually have boundaries and say what's right and what's wrong. It got to this point because this kid wasn't being raised. He 100% wasn't being. He was basically raising himself.
Get up and fight.
Yeah, exactly. Charles Lewis D1, you get it. Parents aren't parents. Yeah. I think it started going downhill with my generation, Gen X, where we kind of started to hover over our kids and really coddle them a little bit too much. We didn't get trophies, but I guess we supported every kid getting a trophy. I don't see how that applies in any meaningful way to growth. But I would say part of the blame for the things going downhill rests squarely on my generation's shoulders. Maybe not me as a parent per se. In some cases, yes, but in a majority of the cases, I don't think that's the case. I'll tell you something right now. If that boy right there, even as skinny as he is, if that boy right there wanted to put hands on his mom, he'd fuck his mother up. He would beat the brakes off that woman. That little skinny black dude it can overpower that woman in a heartbeat. He could beat the brakes off that woman and wear her the fuck out if he wanted to. But look at how much she's taken advantage of this of the disparity in power of. This is like a boss sleeping with their secretary when the secretary didn't want to sleep with the boss, but the secretary had to have her job. All right, so here we got a man who's fighting for his life.
A retired Marine will be arraigned later today on a second-degree manslaughter charge. He was seen on video on a New York subway using a chokehold on a man that witnessed.
Just look at the narrative. Look at the narrative that these fuckers spin in the mainstream media. Look at the fucking narrative. This is ABC, one of the mainstream media, using a chokehold. You mean subduing a guy who made lots of threats and punched an elderly person before he even walked onto the subway?
Witnesses say was acting erratically, and that man later died.
Good morning,
ABC's
Alexis.
Rena Roy has the latest.
Daniel Penny, the man who put Jordan Neely in a deadly chokehold on a New York City subway, arrived with his attorney at a Manhattan police precinct to turn himself in on Friday.
So here's a Marine who acted. And look at, we got 2 female cops. Look at, this is communism right here. Who the fuck are these people going to protect? Who are they going to fucking protect? That's the fucking hero right there. But yeah, they're wearing a uniform. Look at them.
He's expected in court
subtext,
later
man.
today.
Everything's subtext.
He did so voluntarily and with the sort of dignity and integrity that is characteristic of his history of service to this grateful nation.
The 24-year-old Marine being charged with manslaughter in the second degree with a maximum penalty of 15 years, according to prosecutors.
Manslaughter is the reckless killing of another individual with no intent.
Penny surrendered to police.
The reckless killing of another individual with no intent. You mean like what about the intent that the guy who allegedly was killed recklessly had to do damage to everyone else on that bus after he punched an elderly person, or not bus, on the subway, after he punched an elderly person in the face Knocking that person to the ground could have broke a hip, may have broken a hip, who knows? Broken a rib. That could have been your meemaw. A female. And then gets on and says, I don't give a shit. I'll go back to Rikers. I'll go to jail, this, that, and the other thing. Taking off his jacket and slamming it on the ground because he wanted to go to jail. Piece of shit with a fucking rap sheet as long as my fucking leg. And you want me to feel 1 ounce of sympathy for that piece of shit going into a fucking morgue? Sorry, ain't doing it.
Police comes after days of protests around New York. Activists had been demanding Penny's arrest, some calling Neely's death a, quote, lynching. Mayor Eric Adams calling the death a tragedy.
One thing we can say for sure, Jordan Neely did not deserve to die.
Penny was seen on a viral video from May 1st restraining Neely in a chokehold for at least 3 minutes as other passengers hold Neely down.
Well, first of all, 3 minutes. If he was trying to choke him and put him out, it wouldn't have been a problem. He would have been out within 3 to 4 seconds if that was properly in there and secured and tightened. That dude he would have been out. He would have been. And it would have had to pull his belt open, get him breathing again, turn him on his side. I'm not talking killed. I'm talking out, like lights out. Like that's how long it takes when you hit that carotid artery the right way. It does not take any time at all. And then when you wake up, you're like, what happened? Where'd it go? What happened? Look at him. The fact that this guy's still moving and he was being subdued, he had that chokehold so that in case he had to put him out within 3 seconds. Not because he's enjoying doing this to a black man. And look at, there's 2 other people.
30-year-old was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The medical examiner ruled the death a homicide. Neely was known to
another person with not white skin saying somebody called the cops.
Impersonate Michael
Jackson
while
everyone sits around and fucking videotapes. Right? Meanwhile, look at how they portray this guy. Like he's just some fucking hero. They portray this guy like he's just some poor like Michael Jackson impersonator. Feel sorry for him. And fuck that white fucking Marine piece of shit guy who you shouldn't worship as a hero because he did something awesome and he stepped into the gap when the wolf was at the door and didn't just sit there and videotape like a fucking retard. And the other 2 men that helped.
And in stations, but since 2007, according to his family, he had been dealing with mental health issues and homelessness. Police say he was harassing the train's passengers and making threats, but was not physically violent.
The consequences of manslaughter, too, is 5 to 15.
Oh, hold on. I'm missing some comments here. Yeah, I'm not sure of the Lisa thing. I'll have to do some research into that. Just remind me. Well, you say it's the same thing, basically. Moon says, I just realized I'm the female version of GS. Yeah, I'm great until I get upset. Alexa says, I've noticed the same narrative in movies where ex-military Republicans or conservatives are portrayed as mentally ill and sick. Yep. Which is a serious trauma response. Our veterans should receive more. Yeah, I agree. I get pissed. I get off too. And hello, sailor. My mouth is terrible. Birdie says, rats, that was terrible. I had to mute it while she was in the back of the cop car listening to them mock her and her struggling with everything she had just to breathe, begging for help. Yeah, I think I actually did see that. There was another one where everyone talks about Floyd. There was another situation that happened, and they were mocking. It happened to a white dude like 2 years earlier, and no one said a fucking word about it. No one even knows that. I don't even know the guy's name. White guy was knelt on like that. He was begging because he said he couldn't breathe, and they were mocking him like, "Oh, you can't breathe. Well, you can't breathe. You shouldn't be able to talk. You're fine. You're fine." And the guy died. They sat there mocking him as he went limp. He was limp for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then they finally went, oh shit, he's not moving. It's fucking people.
Years. Ask yourself, is that enough? Is that enough for someone who? And
then we get the Al Sharpton types and the race pimpers right here, just pimping out. Oh, let's make this racial. Fuck that white Marine. But I'm not allowed to say anything in support of my race because that makes me a racist, bigot, homophobe, right? Or all these other names that you want to put on me. But you can say whatever the fuck you want. Now, you can paint it whatever brush you want to paint it with. Fact of the matter is, it was a black dude who was a piece of shit who fucking had a rap sheet as long as my fucking, from my hip all the way down to my freaking heel. And I don't fucking feel sorry for him. Matter of fact, from what I understand, Toxicology said that dude has so much drugs in him, just like George Floyd. But we're supposed to believe the racist narrative. You're in the least racist country on the face of this planet. And you better hope it stays that way.
Choked somebody out on the train and took their life.
Penny's attorneys say the Marine vet acted to protect himself and the facts will come out in court. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Yeah. So is that what ended up getting that other dude, that black dude that died on the side of the, after they kicked him out of the ambulance? Was it a stroke too? No, really, I have asthma. Yeah, I mean, everyone says it now. I mean, everyone's saying it. But here, just think of how terrifying it is. Literally think of how terrifying it is to not be able to catch your breath. I haven't been able to breathe since I had that really hard bout with COVID like 2 years ago, man. Like, walking up the stairs kind of wins me now, it seems. You know, pushing my mower. You know, I used to have no problem doing a lot of this stuff. And I'm still trying to recover with my lungs. Can you imagine if you legit can't breathe? That's terrifying, man. So let's see. All right, so we're going to go. That's going to be TSA. That's going to be every kid that was born after 9/11. Every kid that was born after 9/11 had to go through TSA. There's no point to it. There's no purpose to it. Clearly, TSA is not needed because what are they doing? What are they doing? They're letting a bunch of no-name given, literally, that's what's on their tickets. No-name given is on their ticket that they're allowing them to fly. They don't go through checkpoints. They don't go through TSA security. They don't have to be vaccinated in order to be able to fly. Uh-oh, what are we talking about, rats? The guy in the video. Hospital Richard was every bit to blame. So...